Hi, my name's Imogen. I'm just doing this video today because I just wanted to share how I got involved with Breeze and with cycling and how it's helped me so much. So a year ago on the 22nd of February, I unfortunately lost my granddad, and I had signed up to a Breeze ride the next day, not obviously knowing that this was going to happen because it all came as quite a surprise, and it was quite a horrible experience really, and it really hurt. And we were going home and I said I wasn't going to go, and I messaged the lady who was running the ride and said I'm not going to go, I've had some bad news, so I don't think I'm going to come. And then I got home and my partner Lee, who is really amazing, he was talking me into it, saying that I should go, and you know that my granddad wouldn't have wanted me to just, you know, sit around being all sad and everything. So I did in the end decide to go, and that was on the 23rd of February, which is a year ago today. I thought it would be a good idea to do what has happened to me in like a whole year, because everything that I've done this last year has taken a lot of courage. So last January I was in quite a bad place. I didn't really have many friends. I just had Lee really, and I couldn't talk to anyone, and not because I didn't want to, just because I couldn't physically, and I was really struggling with my anxiety. Like anytime there was some sort of social thing involved, I would like completely shut down and not want to go and just feel awful the whole time. Like I still have those feelings and they've not gone away, but they've improved through like practicing and going to these things and just trying them out. So like a year ago in January, I didn't really have any friends. I just had Lee, and I was really struggling with anxiety and like social anxiety and depression, and I wasn't really doing anything. And Breeze sort of came along at the right time. I'd already seen about Breeze and read about it everywhere, but I just never really had the confidence to go. And then I decided that to sign up to this ride, and then with my granddad passing away, and I know that he would have supported me and, you know, told me to go for it, so I went on it, and I just felt instantly quite relaxed on the ride, and I just felt like, you know, like it's what I should have done all along. And everyone was really friendly. We cycled from Bodmin up to Delphi Bridge and into St Breward, and we had a hot drink in the pub and we cycled home. And it was only like about 20 miles or so. I'd obviously been cycling for a while before that, but it was just like my first, well, not my first social ride, but like the first that I'd done like without, well, I was obviously struggling, but you know, that I'd actually put myself out there and gone by myself. So I went along to that, and then I went along to another few rides, and the more I went to them, the more I was enjoying it, the more I just thought I would like to do this. So I decided that I wanted to sign up to the course, and I signed up to the course, which was going to be in April. On my first ride with Breeze, there was a butterfly that was following me at the time, and I just like could put it down that that was my granddad sort of there supporting me through it, and it just helped me to, you know, go for it. So when I went for this course, I was absolutely terrified because I was still struggling. I was going to see Outlook Southwest at the time to try and help me with my social anxiety, and I had just started going on to the Coasters Beginners rides, which I started going to the Breeze rides in order to try and build up my confidence to go to the Coasters rides, because I'd been a member for over a year and not actually really been on many rides, and I really wanted to do it because I knew that it would help me improve and it would mean I'd make friends. So on the day of the course I turned up, and it was at a school in Exeter, so I had to drive up to Exeter by myself, and I didn't know anyone that was going to be on the course. I went there by myself, terrified, thinking I don't know what I'm signing myself up for. Luckily when I got there, there was a really nice girl that I sat next to, and we sort of chatted a bit awkwardly, as you do with people you don't really know, and we sort of sat together the whole day. It consisted of like a morning of doing like practical exercises, like going through different things, watching videos and learning different things, and then in the afternoon after lunch we went outside to do some practical activities. The practical activities like involved showing us how to like lead the groups in pairs and all the different things you needed to do to like lead the rides. It sort of felt to me like a driving test, because you know, you felt like you're under scrutiny, when it was just like, and not, it wasn't something you could really fail unless you did really awful things. So there was no real reason for me to feel so nervous. I think it was just partly to do with there were so many people there that I didn't know, and I just didn't feel like comfortable. I just sort of wanted to escape. So I completed the course and passed, obviously, and then I went back down to Cornwall, and me and a fellow ride leader agreed that I would assist her on a ride that would take us from Bodmin to Weybridge up some hills. Unfortunately, a few days before the ride she injured herself, so she couldn't lead the ride. So as I didn't have a first aid course at this time, I had to lead it by myself, which was terrifying and quite like fun, but I couldn't lead it as a proper breeze ride, so I had to just do it as like just a general ride with a few ladies. And we went out and it was quite fun, and I felt quite relaxed, and I felt like I was able to tell people stuff and talk to people. It obviously took a lot of courage and a lot of effort, because like, you know, whenever I'm doing these things I am battling inside my head like a lot, and I do that with a lot of cycling, not necessarily even from anxiety, just like going uphill saying I can't do this when I obviously can. But you know, you sometimes just have to try to ignore it, but it's not always that easy. So that first ride went well, and then I put on another ride that was going to be a beginner's ride, which had about 14 people come along to, which was a really good turnout, and there was 2 ride leaders and 14 people. We went from Bodmin part of the way to Weybridge, because we were trying to like get them interested in cycling and to gradually build them up to cycling a long way. It was quite a good first proper ride where we had quite a few people, and then we did a beginner's ride every other Monday from then until like the winter started, which was quite nice because we had quite a few regulars coming along, and the more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. In May last year, I think it was, or June, I decided to enter the cycling club's time trial, and it was quite scary because I had to turn up by myself because my partner was at work, and I had to go into a big room full of people, and I was terrified. And I went in, signed on, and ran back out and sat in my car, and I had to sit in my car for about 2 hours until the actual time trial started. And it was torrential rain. It was a sunny day, but it was torrential rain, and it was just awful. And because I went and did it, and I put in the effort and actually tried to do it, I may have got the slowest time of 39 minutes and 2 seconds, but I actually went and did it when like lots of other people probably would have pulled out. I got given a trophy at the Christmas dinner, which was like sort of like it felt embarrassing, but also like a slightly proud moment. Another thing that I've been doing with the coasters was going along to all the beginners rides, and at the beginners rides I met a lovely lady called Tanya, who has turned out to be a really good friend, and she's always been coming on my rides with me. So I thought that as she's always coming on my breeze rides, I should persuade her to become a ride leader so she can assist me instead of just coming along the rides. So she's going to be doing that in March. But ever since I met her, she's really helped with my confidence and to just, you know, just like get me out there doing things. In September last year, I took part in the Hilly 100, which was 100 miles over 2 days for Copperfield, which is a charity that's trying to raise awareness for like checking yourself for breast cancer. We had to cycle up pretty much every hill in Cornwall, and I'd signed up to it without knowing anyone that was doing it, and I was absolutely terrified. So before we got to the day, I went on Instagram and I stalked like the hashtag, trying to find people that I could do it with, and or just to get to know people before the ride, so I could actually like sort of know people, because it was quite a big deal for me just to sign up and like go along to something without knowing anyone. So I met a lovely lady and I persuaded her to come along to a breeze ride, because I thought at least I know breeze rides are sort of like a safe place where people can come along and enjoy themselves. So she came along and we got on really well, and she was lovely enough to let me come along with them on the ride. So the first day I turned up with glitter all over my face, the only person with glitter on, and all the ladies were really lovely, and everyone that was doing the ride was really lovely. There was a lady called Vicky Patterson on it, and I didn't know who she was, but she's apparently from TV, which is probably not a good thing for me to say. She's apparently from TV, but so she ate cheese at the top of a hill, and then they were all drinking shots of alcohol at the bottom of a hill before the last hill. So I had water because I don't drink, but it was quite an entertaining weekend, just like cycling around. And on the second day we got to dress in fancy dress, so I dressed as Jessie from Toy Story, I painted my legs. I had a cowboy hat on and everything, and it was just a really good weekend. But took quite a lot of confidence to sign up for that ride and then go and do it, because I just didn't know anyone, and I just wouldn't have done that a year ago. In October last year, I was lucky to be asked if I wanted to join the Coasters Committee as well. So not only had I become a ride leader and done some other things that I found scary, like the time trial and the Hilly 100, I also was offered the chance to be on their committee. So I said yes after a bit of like conversation and concern, because I struggle really still going along to some of the rides, because even though I know I know them all, but I don't know them like that well. Like I sort of know their names and that's about it. So I sort of was quite anxious about doing it, but I decided to go along and do it, and I've ended up becoming the women's lead for the club. So now I look after the women for the club. And finally in December, I was lucky enough to be asked by the British Cycling Recreational Department if I wanted to become the area coordinator for Cornwall and Devon for Breeze. I was quite shocked because it sort of came out of the blue. No, I didn't have any sort of like idea that they were even really looking for someone to do this position. So I had an email just saying, is it something you would like to do? So I had a call about it and went through it, and after a few days I sort of said yes. And I've been trying to do it ever since. I've been arranging meetups for like the other Breeze champions and trying to persuade people to come and become a ride leader, like Tanya I've persuaded, along with a few other people. And it's just been quite rewarding, and it's just a nice way to give back to something that's helped me so much with my anxiety and just getting out there and meeting people. I feel like in this past year I've sort of gone from having no friends to having loads of friends, and I feel like I could just like talk to most people these days. Like I still struggle a lot when it comes to like at the beginning of rides, like the pre-ride briefing and stuff, like I can't get the words out and I just sort of go a bit blank. But like once we get going and we're on the bikes and I start talking to people, I sort of relax and I'm able to sort of tell people like the different things they need to know throughout the ride, rather than just giving it all in one go at the start. I feel like joining Breeze and doing all this has made such a big difference to my life, because before that I was just so anxious and just so shy, and I just couldn't do anything. And I'm still like anxious and shy and struggle a lot, but I'm able to do a lot more now, and I am able to enjoy my life and not like be in the week at work thinking I'm really terrified for the weekend and scared what it's going to bring, and not wanting to actually have a weekend, just wanting it over and done with. Where now I actually look forward to the weekend, and then when it's coming to an end I'm always sad because it's not long enough and the weather's not good enough to ride my bike. There's just like things have just changed so much, and it's mainly thanks to joining Breeze and cycling and my partner just being so supportive and meeting new friends, and it's just really helped a lot. There's no words really to describe what it's made and how it's changed me. I'm really excited for the future because I've got some big rides coming up and some different things that I'm going to do, and I'm trying to get as many people in Cornwall riding bikes as possible. So if you are feeling a bit down and struggling with anxiety or anything like that, try riding a bike, try going along to Breeze, because it may not help you, but it's helped me, and just going along and talking to people's just made a huge difference. So if you just have the time just to try it, just try, because of the sense of freedom you get from being on a bike and just rolling with the wind in your hair. It just feels so nice. Like it just gives you a rush when you come off. I just don't know what other words to say about it. I just find it so good. So there isn't just Breeze rides, there's also guided rides which are for anyone to go along to. So if you did want to go along to ride and you weren't a female, you can go along to a guided ride. And there's also Ride Social, which means you can set up your own ride and then people can come along to it. I'm not trying to advertise these things, it's just I just wanted to share it because of, you know, it's all just helped me, and if it can help someone else then that would be great. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's supported me and everyone that I've met and all the friends that I've made this last year. Without all of you, like I wouldn't be where I am today, and without Lee I wouldn't be where I am today. And you know, I'm just trying to make my granddad proud really, and thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I really do feel proud of how far I've come in a year, because of I just wouldn't be like this, doing this today if I hadn't done everything I had done. So I feel proud. One final thing I just want to add is that if you ever get the opportunity to wear glitter and fancy dress on your bike, just do it, because it just makes everything so much more fun. Like, I try to wear glitter anytime I can. Like, any opportunity I've got, I wear glitter, and it's just the best thing ever. I'm going to be wearing it for the Ride for Precious Lives and for Ride London as well, and nothing's going to stop me because I don't care, and I just love to have glitter on my face. So wear glitter.